when you sit down with the buyer, a lot of them can't say yes, but they can say no, right? So part of your job in making that good first impression is helping them sell it, because you only get that time frame there, and then you'll have some interaction with them. And if you're using a rep group like we were, that's great because they're in there all the time. But you need to educate them so that when their DM comes and says, who would pay $79 for this? You've given them the information, well, this competitive product's $99 and it's sold this much, and this is the use case, those kind of things. Who's your customer, right? 5 W's, it sounds pretty basic, but actually sit down and think about it. Who is my customer, right? Here's something I've noticed in doing this for almost 20 years. Every person I've worked with pretty much thinks their customer is kind of them, right? Because they design something that's interesting to them, it's their baby, they know it, they like it. So if I'm talking to a 40-year-old woman and I say, who's your customer? It usually kind of looks like a woman in her mid-30s or 40s or a guy. But if you're doing a product that can greatly simplify people's home storage, right? And if one of the killer apps is photos, videos, these kind of things, you might think the customer in my house is me, but it's probably my wife, because she's the one who feels that pain, even if I'm going to be expected to install it or figure it out. Where do they buy? We all buy on Amazon, we buy at Best Buy, we go to Apple Store, but is it possible that our customer would buy this at Newegg or Costco or Sam's Club or a regional chain like H.H. Gray or P.C. Richards or BrandSmart? So those are the kind of things you want to start well in advance, because if it's going to dictate some of your messaging, your product, these kind of things, you can't figure that out 2 or 3 weeks before the meeting. You need to figure that out well before. Understanding retail at least a little bit in terms of the margin, right? So you guys know what MAP is, that's the minimum advertised price, right? So you're meeting with Best Buy, they're like, do you sell on Amazon? They're gonna ask that of everybody. And the reason they're worried about it is Amazon and people who sell on there are notorious for lowering the price. Someone else can steal that buy box from you, right? Someone else who has your product somehow can steal it. And if your MAP, your minimum advertised price, is $99 and someone puts it on $89 on Amazon, and that buyer sees it at Best Buy, Apple, wherever, they're going to want to have that price at $89 also. So you need to let them know that you do have a MAP policy, you're going to enforce it, and no one will be able to get that product at whatever retailer you're meeting with cheaper somewhere else. That's a huge thing now. It's never this quality picture, this format size, this thing. So again, sell the experience and don't just cram features. And I've been guilty of it with products I've worked on, where you go, we have this, we have this, we have this. And they're not as concerned about that. Buyers aren't either. But what problem does it solve? Why would people buy it, right? Now, I don't know what problem, let's say, GoPro solves, except maybe one that a lot of fashion ones do. It makes you cooler, it makes you funner, gives you a better lifestyle.